Welcome to Subramani. Continuing my tradition of answering questions asked by readers or viewers, one question which has been asked is what are the reasons why people lose money in equities? I can tell you one thing. I have friends, clients, etc., who have made money in equities, who have made money in equity mutual funds or direct equities. And one basic reason, one solid reason why they have made money is because they do not withdraw during panic times. This is very important. Remember, equity is a fantastic asset class, but one discipline it requires is you should not be withdrawing during bad times. So if you withdrew in March 2020, which is very foolish, but I know people who did it, right? So I know somebody who said, oh my God, this is the end of the world, and sold things like Kotak Bank, etc., which were, I mean, you have no business to sell anything. And after that, the market went through the roof. So the single biggest reason is emotional decision making, thinking that it's the end of the world. And people will find enough reasons saying, Mr. Modi may lose the election, Mr. Rahul Gandhi may win the election, this may happen, that may happen. Remember, markets are there permanently. All these changes could be temporary. Did the market crash because Trump has come? Did the market boom because Trump has come? Did the market, will the market go to dogs because the Prime Minister has changed in India? Nothing will happen. Stop being emotional about it. Scams will happen, frauds will happen, all these things will happen. The market takes everything. Market is like Mother Earth, right? It can take everything. The dinosaurs may come and go, but Mother Earth goes on, right? It's 1 billion years old. We are at best 100,000 years old. So we don't have to protect the earth, right? You don't have to protect the equity market. Don't worry. The market will take care of itself. You have to control your behavior. So the first big thing is this. Second, excessive short-term focus and lack of patience. So when I post saying I bought Colgate at 1,250 rupees and today I'm getting 1,75,000 rupees as dividend, people say such people do not exist. Look, I can give you my mother's address. You can go and see her. She exists, and we have a portfolio which is now 45 years old, and it has helped. It has worked. It is not a lived experience, right? I mean, it is not heard experience. It is lived experience, right? So something using a little bit of Hindi, kuch aap beeti, kuch jag beeti, right? So what has happened to the world and what has happened? This is aap beeti. I personally experienced, benefited. So benefited just by sitting tight, doing nothing, showing patience, and actually having learned from previous falls, learned that during COVID, if you invest, you'll make money. I invested and made money. So make no mistake. That is very, very important. You have to have patience and you have to have long-term focus. So lack of patience and having a huge short-term focus, saying buy on Monday, sell on Tuesday types, and say, if I tell somebody long-term, says the long-term means 2 years. I mean, long term is 2 years only for income tax, right? It is not 1 year, 2 years is for income tax purposes, for indexation, etc. It is not meant for your investments. Your investments can be just permanent. There is absolutely no reason to sell some of these shares and wonder what to do with it if you don't know what to do. For example, if somebody comes and tells me this is a fertilizer share, it is very good, I just chuckle. I go and look at Coromandel International and say, look, I have the best with me, bought in 1976. And I have seen not 1976, 1983, perhaps 82, 83, whatever. With these kind of shares, I see no reason to sell, and for sitting there, I also get paid dividends. Yes, it is taxable today, but doesn't matter. Even earlier, it was taxable in the hands of the company, so it doesn't not really matter, right? So show patience, show long-term focus. That helps. Create a nice portfolio and just keep buying, right? Another reason is chasing trends and hot tips. Typically, everybody wants to put money in AI today, right? So why is Indian market not booming? Because internationally, everybody wants to put AI. So today, if I start Subra AI, the name of the company has to be AI. Inside, I can do whatever I want. For many people, AI could mean Air India. But no, if the name AI is there in the market, in the name of the company, that will do well. So that chasing trends, chasing hot tips, Like why people put money in cryptocurrency or why people put money in gold today, because you tell them last year how much returns did you get in gold? 50%. So very good. So can I put more money in gold? I have no clue. I'll make a separate video on that. But you can't chase in winners. I can assure you one thing: gold will not give 50% return this year. It may give 5%. It may give minus 5%. I'm not getting into it, but 50% is not possible. No, nothing will sustain for such a long time. And let's face it, you buy gold, it's glittering, very nice, you keep it in your house. Maybe you buy a brick or you buy a biscuit or buy a chain, whatever it is, you buy something and you keep it in the house. What is going to happen? 20 years later, your son or daughter or you yourself will find it there exactly as it is. It has not added any value to itself or to you, but price may have appreciated, right? So it is just hoping that the price appreciates, that you buy and you keep it for 20 years. But 20 years, if you invest in one company, and the company is good, it will definitely add value, because it would have done sales, it would have paid you dividend, it would have grown, all those things would have happened. I'm not against gold, but I'm saying you need to understand how to use gold as an insurance and not as an asset, right? That's again a separate video. Another thing which I find is, thanks to the fact that today everybody gets an RM. When we were doing broking, we did not assign RM to any client. We would just pick up the phone and say, Uncle, do you have money? Do you want to invest? This is a good idea. I think Supreme Industries is good. Just buy it, fill it, fit it, forget it types, and you will do well. So they would buy a Hindalco or Supreme Industries or whatever, what have you. Not too many banks were listed. Even State Bank of India was not listed when we were around. So just buy some of these shares, and 20, 30 years, obviously you will make a lot of money, and that is what people did, and they made money. So now over trading and excessive portfolio churning. Typically your RM, when he looks at your portfolio and it is 5 crores, he wants to get at least 20 crores turnover from you. Right, so I'm a big disappointment to my RM. I don't think I do even the 0.1% of my portfolio as a churn. It doesn't happen. I may be doing trading in a small portion, but that is going to be not even 1% of my portfolio would be used for trading. But that's all. But the 99% of my portfolio is just growing. So remember that. And another one is, this is amazing. If you went to a doctor, let's say a doctor, there's a dentist, and his son gets married, and next day or 1 week later, 2 weeks later, his daughter-in-law comes to him and says, Daddy, I've got severe cramps in my stomach, too much of stomach pain, can you look at it? And he says, look, I'm a dentist. I don't understand this. I'll send you to my friend who is a gastro, and the gastro will look at it. So do you want to go now? And he fixes up an appointment. But if she were to come to him and say, Daddy, I have 2 lakhs to invest, 20 lakhs to invest, whatever, what should I do? I think you should buy this fund, sorry, not even fund, some company, right? It's doing very well. It could be any company. Could be HDFC, could be State Bank of India, could be ICICI, could be Apollo Hospital, could be anything. Trying to pick single stocks without having any prior experience in doing that, you may still make money in 1 or 2 shares, but as a portfolio, you can't beat the fund managers, simply because it's an exhausting exercise to keep buying, and you will see the size of research teams in mutual funds, the kind of effort that is required. You don't require that kind of effort, but to pick up 10 stocks, 12 stocks and create a portfolio is not going to be easy, right? So 99% of my portfolio is created and held, but that is easier than trading, because trading is very painful. You have to be alert throughout the day. So I can't be alert throughout the day. I occasionally pick something, and when it goes up, I sell. Those things I may do, but it can't be making money for me to live, right? I may make some money. Maybe it will meet my household expenses or my travel expenses. I'm not arguing against that, but it is not easy. So don't try something like this. I made a separate video how we saw Amitabh Bachchan getting 3% return on real estate, right? So overall portfolio, he must be getting much good returns, but in this part of his real estate portfolio, he's got only 3% CAGR. So trying to pick stocks is not going to be very easy. And the in a bull market, everybody looks very confident. So overconfidence and market timing attempts are absolute disastrous. It's not going to be very. I'm not saying it is impossible. I'm sure there are people who do it, but consistently, if you pick up 100 traders who deal with it every day, who are trading, or maybe who pretend they are investors, 90% of them lose money. That is SEBI study to say that, and 90 I think is less. It could be 99%. So, and everybody pretends they are in the other 1%, whatever. So that is one solid reason why people lose money. Another then a lot of I think you should read a lot on personal finance behavior, right? Financial behavior and what people do. So for example, you bought 2 shares for 20 rupees, each share for 20 rupees. One goes down to 17 and one goes up to 27. Immediately you sell off 27 saying, look, I booked 7 rupees profit, I made 7 rupees profit. And then that 27 rupees share which you sold goes to 270, and you say, I should not have sold it. And this 17 rupee share has now gone to 12. So you are sitting on 3 rupees losses, now you are sitting on 8 rupees losses. So holding on to losers is very common. Many professionals do it. You have to be pushed. I may also have I have such shares which I bought which are making losses, but as long as the loss is less than 10%, without me averaging, I don't bother. But the minute it hits 10%, as a discipline, I sell it off. So I take my losses very early and let my profits run. Most people do the reverse. They take their profits very early and they let their losses run. Losses run means for 3-4 years that share which you bought for 20 rupees will be rotting at 19, 13, 17, 12, and then just doing nothing. And the opportunity loss is something different, something else completely. So another thing is lack of a plan and lack of guidance. Please don't do direct equity unless you know with whom you're going to talk. Just going to ChatGPT and asking ChatGPT to pick up stocks, and I know people who do it, right? So I had asked one girl, if you had money, where will you invest? So she said Asian Paints. I was very happy with the choice, and I asked her, how did you do? He said, no, I went to Google and asked which share to buy, and it said Asian Paints. Is this the way to pick stocks? There are people who do it. I think ChatGPT and Grok and artificial intelligence will contribute more to this. So right now I know everybody is chasing Brazil funds because it's doing well, or maybe they're trying Japanese funds because it's doing very well. So be careful about these kind of holding on to the losers and selling the winners kind of thing. And of course a lack of discipline, because if you don't have a plan, if you don't know why you have bought a share, etc., chances are you will not know when to sell also, right? So if somebody comes and asks, what should I do with this, and I have no clue why you bought it. So if I don't know why you bought it, what am I going to say, right? So that is lack of good disciplined plan and buying as per plan, right? And of course then there is just like gambling, there is a risky behavior saying, oh, I've made 10 has become 50, I'll put more money into it. 50 has become 100, I'll put much more money into it. Perfectly all right if you're an investor, but may not be right if you are a trader. And you may get a chance to buy that at a lower price than the price at which you're buying. So either you know all that or you seek guidance. Don't pretend that you know all that. If you have not learnt it, you will not know, right? If you're a doctor, chances of you understanding all this is limited. But if you're a doctor who is in the family of brokers and your brother or your father is handling all this, then it is great. So be careful about it. Then of course, not diversifying, having too concentrated a portfolio or too diversified a portfolio. I mean, having 80 shares, 90 shares for a portfolio of 2-3 crores is pretty common, right? So here you will not make money. Even if 4 of those shares double, you will not make money because it's an insignificant portion of your portfolio. So yeah, maybe all this put together is why people lose money in equities. Thank you.